Welcome back to the podcast, y'all. This is episode 7 of Soulful Sundays podcast with me, Simply Corinthia. And I am so excited, y'all. We're talking about motivation, right? Something that we all desire and want when we got that important deadline to meet, when we got to go to that gym, baby. Oh my God. Let's not talk about the gym. Let's not talk about the gym. Whenever we want to do something we truly want to do, we need that thing called motivation. We need that motivation for that drive, that want, that zeal, that desire. We need that motivation. But on today's podcast, I'm going to let you know that, no, baby, you don't need motivation. All right, let's dive in. Okay, queens. All right, listen. You don't need motivation. That's the title of this podcast today, episode 7. But first and foremost, I want to say, hey, queen, hey, to all my queens out there. And I want to personally invite you to the Queens Tribe community. Our community is growing. Clock that T over on Facebook, y'all. It's a free community where we just hold each other accountable. We adjust one another's crown. And we do soulful reflections over there as well every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Pacific time, Eastern Standard Time. What am I saying? Eastern Standard Time, y'all. So come on and join us live over there every Sunday. You don't want to miss it. But it's totally free. Like I said, we get motivated. We talk about self-love. I throw out questions to y'all, just something to ponder on, to think about. So come on, click the link in the description or the bio of this podcast and be a part of our tribe. Okay. And so, once again, you don't need motivation. You need discipline. Yeah, your girl said it. And this ain't no jab at nobody because, on the podcast, I tell all my business. I'm very transparent. So, I'm going to be using myself as an example. Okay. Because your girl had to learn this the hard way. I had to do this and learn this the hard way. And I'm going to talk about my health journey, my weight loss journey, my journey to a better me. Because all this year, I've been talking about becoming a better her, right? Becoming the best version of yourself that you can possibly do, right? And so I've started my self-love journey many years ago, but becoming a better her in my health journey started back when I decided, you know what, I need to lose this weight. I really need to lose this weight. And I had to buckle down and I had to go beyond that word motivation, that word of, you know what, I need to be motivated. I got to get motivated. I'm not motivated, right? I had to get beyond that and really dive into becoming disciplined, really getting into my discipline era because motivation will die. Can we be real? Motivation will fade away. It fades away. We all know that. We get pumped up in the beginning of the year. We get gung-ho about those vision boards. Let's not talk about those vision boards because I stopped making vision boards, okay? Yeah, I stopped making vision boards. I did not make a vision board this year. I didn't have a vision board party. I used to do that. I used to have vision board parties in the Queens Tribe and everything, y'all. I stopped making vision boards. Now, if you want to make one, fine, go right ahead. But for me, I had to stop because I was just making pictures. I had to go beyond just seeing a picture on a board. I had to go beyond just getting motivated by seeing a picture because motivation fades away. But I had to realize that discipline builds character and results. Come on. I had to put pen to paper and write a plan. I had to build those results through discipline. I had to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually 4:45 in the morning to get to that gym at 5. I had to put in those steps on that treadmill. Come on. I had to drink those protein shakes. Come on. I had to cut out that chocolate. I had to cut out them chips. I had to cut out them sugars and them pastas and that bread, those things that I indulged in. Because when I was feeling a lack of motivation, sitting on that couch, laying in that bed, those are the things I would snack on. Because I wasn't motivated to go to the gym. I wasn't motivated. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to chill. And so when I came to myself and I started to be disciplined, I started to put the plan together. I started to add God in my plan. Come on. I started putting feet on my faith. Come on. I started being real with myself and being honest with who I was. See, sometimes we have a lack of discipline because we're truly not honest about who we are. See, we can pick out everybody else's flaws. We got a magnifying glass on everybody else's flaws, what they don't do right, what she don't do right, what he can't do, what he lacks, what she lacks. But what about you? What are you lacking? I didn't know I was going to go this hard. I didn't know. God, why didn't you tell me ahead of time? Why didn't you tell me? See, you got me up here. You got me in these people business. God got me in these people business. I know. God, wait. Okay, so we just in here. I'm all in your business. I'm all on your street. I'm knocking on your door right now, and it's okay. Just open up and let me in. Come on. You can at least open the door. Because I'm in your business right now. I know. While I'm stepping on your feet, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. You know what we used to say? But anyway, okay. You can point out everybody else's issues, faults, and all the things. But what about yours? When we be honest with ourselves, right? That's that self-love journey. That's the number one part of self-love journey. When you start in a self-love journey, you have to be honest with you. You got to be able to be honest, raw, and just disrespectful with yourself. You got to take that mask off. You got to really take that mask off and look in the mirror and look at you and see yourself for who you really are. And be real with yourself. Lay it all on the line and say, you know what? This is me. I can be lazy. I am driven by motivation. And if I'm not motivated, I'm not doing squat. I'm not doing a thing. I'm going to procrastinate. I'm going to put it off. When it comes to me, I put myself on the back burner. When it comes to me, I give myself the least. I don't prioritize my health. I don't prioritize my time. I'm not disciplined when it comes to me. I let myself go. I let my appearance go. I say I want to change things up, but I just won't, because I just won't. I just put myself last. I say I'll get to it next week. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start Monday. Oh, at work, I'm the boss. At work, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. In my household, I run that thing like a well-oiled machine. At church, I'm the best thing. I'm the best thing there is. But when it comes to me, I just let it fly by the wayside. It is what it is when it comes to me. That's what y'all say. And I was that too. Can I be 100? Can I be real? Can I be transparent? Can a girl take her time and be real with you? I was that way too, until I had a coming to Jesus moment. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of talking about the same thing over and over again. I'm tired of wanting results and not doing anything about it. I'm tired of wanting change and not changing. I'm tired of pleading with myself and not doing. I'm tired of talking about the same thing over and over again and hearing myself saying the same thing. I'm tired of being at the same place year after year. I'm tired of seeing myself like this. Why am I like this? God, I know that you're tired me coming to you with the same prayer year after year, time after time, over and over again. I'm writing in these journals. I'm telling these other women what to do, but I'm not seriously taking it for myself. I'm not taking this advice for myself. Why am I like this? Why do I keep starting over? Why? Why can't I just get the results I truly want? Why do I have to keep doing and feeling like this? Why do I lack motivation? And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. You know what y'all say? Something told me. Forget about motivation. Come on. Because motivation fades away. Motivation is like a ship sailing in the night. Come on. It's not about the motivation. Take your focus off motivation and build the discipline in order to get the results. So how do you build discipline? I'm glad you asked. You have to create some non-negotiables. And we talk about this. If you have not listened to anything I've said, listen today. Non-negotiables. And this should go in every area of your life, not just gym, working out, not just at work, not just in your marriage, but every area of your life. You should create some non-negotiables, and you should have a routine. What's your routine? Let me tell you mine when it comes to my healthy boundaries and my health goals. Some non-negotiables. Oh, I'm gonna move this body. Yeah. Non-negotiables. I don't eat after a certain time unless I really have to, right? I don't have no other option. I don't eat meat. I eat fish. I eat shrimp. I eat seafoods, right? That's a non-negotiable. I don't eat no chicken. I don't eat no beef. I don't eat no pork. I don't eat that. That's a non-negotiable. Okay. I'm going to show up for me. Sundays is my self-care day. I'm going to do that every Sunday. That means I'm going to take that everything shower, right? I'm going to do my nails. I'm going to make sure my hair is done. I'm going to make sure my body is bop, 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 bop. I'm going to do all those things. Those are my non-negotiables. Creating non-negotiables is imperative to become the better version of yourself. I'm telling you. So you have to learn to create those non-negotiables for yourself. Being disciplined in those things, being disciplined in making the decision to bet on you, being disciplined in making the decision to say no to certain things and certain behaviors. Y'all, if I didn't say no to sugar, if I didn't say no to the junk food, if I didn't say no to me wanting and desiring to stay in that bed, stay on that couch, I would not have went to the gym. I would not have been better at eating healthier. I would not have been able to lose the weight that I've lost over this time. And so creating those non-negotiables, I want you to think about creating those non-negotiables for yourself. So hopefully you have your journal and your pen, because here in Soulful Sundays, this is a time where we regroup, we relax, and we actually reflect on what we are doing. We take that time to journal, and I want you to start writing down your non-negotiables. Whatever task, whatever thing that you're trying to accomplish for 2026, for the rest of your life, whatever thing that you're trying to better yourself at, you need to create non-negotiables in those areas for your life, for yourself, and stop thinking about motivation, because remember, motivation fades, right? We're talking about discipline. And you have to learn to show up when you don't feel like it. That's what discipline is all about. Showing up when you don't feel like it. And you know how to do this, right? You already know how to do this because you do it for everybody else. You show up for your significant other. You show up for your kids. You show up for your coworkers. Show up for your boss. Show up for your friends. When somebody calls you in the middle of the night, you're there. You're that go-to person. You're that person that shows up. But baby girl, I want you to show up for you. This is a time in the season that you have to learn to show up for you. Because if you don't show up for you and be that person for you, so often we talk about we wanting to find our person, that person that's meant for us. That's cute and all. But we have to learn to be that person for us first. Hello? Is this mic on? We have to learn to be that person for us first, because if we're not that person for us, and if we don't know what we need for us, and if we're not setting healthy boundaries and creating those non-negotiables for us, how are we expecting anybody to show up for us the way that we need them to if we're not even doing it ourselves, right? And so we have to learn to show up for us. Show up when we don't feel like it. Show up when we are tired. Show up to that gym class, that Zumba class when I didn't feel like it. I don't want to go. But I showed up. And every time that I continue to show up and I do the work, I do the work. I attend the class. I open the book. I finish the assignment. I record the podcast. I get the results. I see the fruits of my labor. I feel better about it. I say to myself, oh, it wasn't that bad. It didn't take that long. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't bad at all. I get those type of response. And then I see the results, right? And those are positive results that comes from me just going beyond myself and showing up, going beyond those emotions and showing up, going beyond what I feel and show up, going beyond what I thought and show up, because I deserve it. Queen, you deserve it. You deserve that extra mile for you. You deserve that extra push for yourself. Not saying that you shouldn't push for others. You shouldn't go the extra mile for others, but don't forget about you. Okay? Don't forget about you. And as we are in this discipline era of our lives, right? We're not in that motivation. I need motivation, right? We're in that discipline where nobody else is watching. Come on. Nobody else is cheering us on. Nobody else is praising us. Nobody else is giving us that pat on the back, because that's when that discipline has to happen. That's why that discipline is there. That discipline is a routine, right? Those disciplines are in your habit, your daily routines, your daily habits, because nobody's there cheering you on during those times. Nobody's applauding when you're disciplined, and you're just patiently going. When you don't feel like it, you dragging yourself off the bed. When you don't feel like it, you're meal prepping. When you don't feel like it, you're preparing yourself. When you don't feel like it, you're studying. When you don't feel like it, you're preparing for the meeting. You're preparing for the job. You're preparing for the class. When you don't feel like it, you're staying up at night and getting the things done. When you don't feel like it, you're working on that business plan. When you don't feel like it, you're saving. You're not spending your money. When you don't feel like it, you're investing time in yourself. That's that discipline. When no one else is looking. So that's why you have to celebrate those small daily wins. Come on. Those small daily wins. Every day you should celebrate you. I know sometimes we say we're going to celebrate at the end when everything is complete, when everything is roses and sunshine and rainbows, right? But what if that takes a year from now? What if there's bumps in the road and it takes 5 years from now? What if that's next month? What about celebrating just getting up? Come on. A lot of my listeners and viewers are older. We are Gen X, right? I'm 50. I'm about to turn 51. And some people that listen, I know, is older than me. Hey, Queen, hey. Okay. We need to celebrate daily wins. The small daily wins. Inside the Queen's Tribe, I invited you all to join. I'm going to invite you again every time, right? This is a fun place to be. But I do weekly wins, right? I ask the lady, what's your weekly win? What you win at today? It could be big or small. Hey, I walked today. I walked this week, right? I read a book. I went to the library. I completed assignment at work. I woke up this morning. Come on, that's a win for a lot of us. That's a win for all of us. I woke up on purpose for a purpose. I love saying that because it's so true. But we need to celebrate small daily wins and realize that each day is precious. Come on. We got to change the way we think. When you change your mind, you change your life. Come on. You got to change the way you think and realize that each single day is precious because we don't have to be here. Somebody went to sleep last night that's not here today. Right? And so you need to celebrate daily, even the smallest win. I avoided an accident today. I didn't buy coffee today. I took the stairs and not the elevator today. Come on, somebody. Whatever that win is, celebrate it. Write it down in your journal. Celebrate the small wins because they matter. Queen, you got this. You got this. Come on, tell yourself, I got this. Say it to yourself, I got this. When you feel that motivation disappearing and you know you got something to do and that discipline got to start kicking in, tell yourself, I got this, because you got this. Remember, Queens, motivation fades, but discipline builds results. All right, Queens, it is now time for our 3 crowns. And if you're new to the podcast, 3 crowns of the week is our affirmation for the week, our scripture of the week, and our wellness activity. So grab your journals and your pens. If you don't have your Soulful Sundays journal as of yet, you can click the link down below and get yours today. If not, it's okay. Grab a journal and a pen and let's write down our 3 crowns of the week so you will have it and actually meditate on it. And if you want to join us for a more in-depth conversation about our 3 crowns of the week, join us over in Facebook every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for Soulful Sunday Reflection. All right. So let's prepare by taking a deep breath in through our nostrils and out through our mouths. Okay. Deep breath in and out. Okay. So for our first crown is our affirmation. And this week, our affirmation is, I show up for myself daily, regardless of how I feel. Yep. Let's read that again and say it with me. Don't forget. I show up for myself daily, regardless of how I feel. Regardless. We're taking those feelings out of it. We're taking those emotions out of it. Okay. Our scripture of the week, our second crown, is Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in well-doing. Okay. Taking those emotions out of it. We being disciplined. Discipline. Once again, Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in well-doing. Okay. Our third and final crown of the week is our wellness activity. And this week, we are going to set a simple daily routine. Okay? So, we're getting in habits. We're talking about disciplined routines and habits, right? We're setting a routine for ourselves. And so I want you to set a routine for this week. And I want you to do that whenever you're listening to this. Hopefully it's on a Sunday, right? You're listening to this brand new broadcast, which airs every Sunday at 8 a.m. Okay? So I want you to set a routine for the week. It could be simple. It could be journaling, moving your body. It could be prayer. It could be meditation. It could be working out. It could be reading a book. It could be cleaning your house, cleaning your room. Whatever it is, I want you to set a simple daily routine. Okay? And I want you to follow that routine for the entire week. Okay? And I don't want you to overdo this. I don't want you to overstimulate yourself. I just want it to be simple and just a couple of things, or add something to your routine to make it better, to get you towards that mark and that goal that you're trying to accomplish. Okay. All right. So those are our 3 crowns of the week, queens. And I am so grateful and thankful that you joined me for today's podcast, episode 7. Y'all, join me next week, Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we drop episode 8. And it's going to be about stop pouring into people who don't pour into you. Okay. Until next week, queens, I am your host, Corinthia, and I will meet you back here. And remember, we adjust our crowns daily around here, okay? Because self-love isn't selfish. It is definitely necessary. And I will see you next week. Be blessed, queens. Peace.